Hello everybody, welcome. This is Brooke Hirschfeld with Brooke's Craft Cottage, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And I have got some very cute cards to show you, but first I want to tell you how excited I am because the new catalogs start today. So there's a couple things I want to show you with these new catalogs before we really dive into the fun cuteness that I have in store for you today. You can see my catalog has been well loved already. As demonstrators, we've been able to pre-order out of this catalog to start making things and start prepping for this fun time that we've got with our mini catalog. January through June is when this is good for. And it has some super cute, gorgeous creations in it. The set that we're going to be using today is this one here. We're going to be making a couple cards with this Hearts and Kisses stamp set. So it's a stamp set and punch. This is what it looks like with a matching punch that punches out the lips and the heart. So we're going to be using that today on a couple cards. I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using for my January thank you cards. And again, like I said, this runs January through June. And not only is it brand new catalog time, but it's Sale-a-Bration time. And for those of you that don't know what this is January 5th, so today through the end of February. With every $50 purchase, you get to pick something for free out of this catalog, okay? So it's got some stamp sets, super cute donkey stamp set, very, very cute. Things that you can do with it, great ideas. It's got really, really, really pretty DSP or designer series paper, as we like to say, DSP. It's got this really cute ombre paper, and we will be using a lot of these in the next couple weeks. I'm going to try to do quite a few videos if I can to get some good ideas out in your hands. Now, there's two different levels. You can get a $50 level or a $100 level, or let's say you place a $100 order, you could get two of the level 1s or one of the level 2. Okay, so for instance, you could get this pack of paper free with $50 purchase. I don't know if you can see that far away. $50 purchase, or the level 2, this would be a level 2. So you could get this stamp set these images are pretty big and there's a lot of images free with $100. So this is a $100 level, and then this cute stamp set and paper pack is free with a $100 purchase. Okay, so if you don't have a demonstrator and you don't have one of these catalogs, I would love to send you one. I am going to also link those up to my blog probably tomorrow. Okay, so this is January 5th today. I haven't gotten everything done that I wanted to for this new catalog launch, so I will get those done as soon as I can. Another great special I want to tell you about is my January host code. So if you place an order of $40 or more using this host code on my website, which is brookehirschfeld.stampinup.net, and like I said, $40 or more before tax and shipping, you are going to get a sampling of designer series paper. So you're going to get 22 6x6 pieces of paper from our current catalog. So it could be the Sale-a-Bration, the mini catalog, or our everyday big catalog that we have. Okay, so it'll just be a sampling of 22 6x6 pieces of paper in there. Okay, check out my blog. There's some great ideas on my blog. Like I said, shopping on my website. If you have any questions, you can contact me through my blog. There's a contact me link in there, or you can email me at brookecraftcottage@gmail.com. No S on Brooke. Okay, so getting that out of the way. Anything else that I wanted to share with you? I do have a January class to go kit, which is a great class that you can purchase, and I will send you all the supplies to make. It's 4 cards total, so 2 regular fold cards and 2 fancy fold cards, and then a really cute box. So I will do a video soon on that. It's essentially ready to go. I just need to put the finaling touches on my PDFs and stuff, so there'll be 4 different levels that you can purchase from, and we'll go through that on my next video. All right, I think we're good. So like I said, today we're going to be using this punch here and the Hearts and Kisses stamp set to make a couple cute cards. So like I said, we're going to do my January thank you cards, and this I posted on my blog 2 days ago. We're going to be doing this. I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to put this on with our liquid glue because it didn't dry all the way through. So learn from my mistakes. We're going to put this on with glue dots, so we'll change that a little bit. But we're going to be doing this card. It says, "Life is better with a friend like you." Okay? So our friends also need Valentine's Day cards, or like this one is a great thank you card. Okay, so there's another stamp set that we are going to pull in to complete this card. And then we're going to create this really fun, super cute card. And I don't know if you can see the sparkles in that with the lighting. This has Wink of Stella on the lips to make them sparkly lips. And this says, "Happy Galentine's Day," right? So this is for our girlfriends, our gal friends. Okay. I'm just going to grab that other stamp set because I forgot to grab that. And it's called Peaceful Moments. So this is the one we're going to be using, and we're going to be using the "Life is Better with a Friend Like You" and the thank you from it. Okay. All right. I'm going to pull my chair up here, acting up. So let's start with this card here, the Happy Galentine's Day. And what we're going to do is pull out some scraps of Whisper White, and that's something else I do need to talk to you about, because our Whisper White is no longer. The factory that produced our Whisper White cardstock, unfortunately, had to close its doors because of COVID, and it's a forever close. So this really great Whisper White cardstock that you've fell in love with, just like me, I've also fallen in love with this over the years, is going to be replaced by a basic white. I have not touched it, felt it, but rest assured, Stampin' Up! Really did put research into it, and is going to give us the best quality that they possibly can. Okay, it's the best quality that we're used to. So what we're going to do is we are going to take one of our clear blocks, and we're going to take our lips. I'm going to put these on a smaller one. We're going to take our Magenta Madness ink, and we're going to ink up these lips, and we want 3 of them. And this stamp set has a lot of detail, as you can see. So one thing that if your stamp pad is super juicy, you want to be careful because your image isn't going to come out as detailed. It'll be kind of, for lack of better words, blobby. So I'm going to see how we're doing here because my stamp set is pretty juicy. And we're going to stamp a couple of these. And I'm going to just show you what it looks like stamped off one time so you can see. This is what we're going to go with, just because I felt like this was a little too filled in. And oops, smudge there. I do like the lighter lips. So we're going to stamp it off on our paper. More detail there. So we want 3 of those. We do one more. Now if you like it first generation stamping, so bright, deep Magenta Madness, stick with that. It looks cute. If you want it a little bit lighter, maybe more detail in there, stamp it off once and then go for it. Okay? So I am just going to set those aside for 2 seconds to dry. Okay? And we're going to pull in our Magenta Madness paper, and I'm going to cut this so you guys can watch me cut this because this folds a little differently than our traditional, and most of you know how to cut this already, but it does fold the long way. So what we do here, so we're going to take our 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. So we're cutting it in half the long way. And then we're going to score this instead of, we typically score at 4 1/4, but this time we're going to score it at 5 1/2. So we're scoring it in half this way. And the light gray is the scoring blade, and the dark gray is the cutting blade in our Stampin' Trimmer. And so then it gives us that nice score. We fold it up. Got our bone folder here to make a nice crisp fold in that. So there's our card base. And let's take our card base and stamp in the inside. Especially when I don't have an inside piece of paper, I like to stamp first, just in case I mess up on that. I don't have the whole front of the card done already. So it's just a little helpful tip for you there. We're going to take our Happy Galentine's Day and some Memento ink, tuxedo black even, and I'm going to ink that up. And I like to stamp it a little bit higher on the top. Hold it there for just a second, let that ink absorb into the paper, and there you go. So now we've got our base done with our inside sentiment. And you could do a couple little kisses in the corners if you wanted to decorate that a little bit more. That'd be cute. Now, I've got a little tip for you in cutting out this black piece. So we used this Stitched So Sweetly die set, and this is one of my absolute favorites. If you've been on my blog with me for a while, you know that I use this quite a bit. So I love the scallops. They're stitched. I love these pieces because they're also stitched as well. So the pieces that you cut out have a really cute stitching along the edge. And you can see that here in this card, and I'll bring it a little closer. Hopefully I'm in the frame there. It has a really cute stitching with that scallop. So what I did is, rather than waste a big old piece of paper, I actually took this piece that I'm going to use for this card, and I cut it out from the middle because we're going to cover that with this designer series paper. You're not going to see it anyway. Okay, so just a little tip on saving some paper. So this is the one we want to use. And we want to take another Magenta Madness layer on here. You can see how I just layered it up. It just gives it some dimension, even though it's the same color. You could always pop this layer up as well, but because I've got the lips popped up on dimensionals, and I'll show you those in a second, it would be pretty bulky to send in the mail if I added any more dimension to it. Okay, so before we glue this on, we need to use our designer series paper. And as I was prepping, getting all my stuff out, I realized that I don't have a sheet that's big enough in the polka dots, but what we're going to use is this. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to use the cute wood grain pattern with it, which is cute, or if I wanted to use this side with the writing. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with the writing and see what that looks like. And my next card, I'll probably end up using this just for fun to try it. So this is our 2020 through 2022 in color designer series paper stacks. And this has all of our in colors this year with those couple patterns. Okay. So we've got, and I'm not going to be able to say them all right now, but we've got all 5 of those in colors, and it's really versatile. You can use it with a lot of different things. And what I like about when we come out with in colors, there's usually different things to match. So we've got the ribbon that matches. We've got our, where'd they go to? We've got our little enamel dots that match. Okay, so if you pick up a couple things, you can match a whole lot of colors, but just by using our in colors, if that's the only thing that you had. Okay, so let's go with that. And it's cut just a little bit smaller. So this piece is, I'm forgetting here, yes, 4 by 5 1/4 for this one. And then this one's going to be 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so we're going to layer that up on here. And I am going to use, this one's Stampin' Seal Plus. You wouldn't have to use the Stampin' Seal Plus. You could just use Stampin' Seal. But we're going to take and we're going to put this on here. Make sure my writing's going the right way. I suppose it wouldn't matter at this point. We could just flip it over, right? It's handmade. Oop. Crooked. All right, so we've got that. We're going to put this on next. This stuff is great. You don't need a lot at all. We're going to put that right in the middle. Well, I kind of like the writing. It's pretty cute. Now we're going to take and we're going to punch out our lips. They're all dry and ready to go. So what you do is you just take and put the paper in the top of the punch, and you do want to put it upside down rather than like this, obviously, so you can see the stamped image and you can line it up. So let me look at it for a second. See, I lined it up there. Oop, move it and punch. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Easy peasy. We're going to take and we're going to put dimensionals on these, like I was telling you before. So these are Stampin' Dimensionals. They give a little bit of pop, and I probably go overboard with my Stampin' Dimensionals. You probably could use 1 per lip, but I don't like it squishing down. And I think I just, oh, I did 2 on those. See? I love them. Right, so we're going to take and we're going to put those on our card. And I like to start with the middle lip. Oh, that's a little crooked, but again, it's handmade. Okay, we're going to start with the one in the middle because then it's easier to line up the other ones. So we just peel off the backing. I would drive some of you nuts with my crookedness, but you know, it's okay. It really is okay. If somebody's going to be that observant and not love a card I send them because something's a little crooked, well, maybe they don't get a card from me. Just saying. Okay, the twine that I'm using is from the Snail Mail Twine Combo Pack, and this is from another suite in the catalog. It comes with 2 different colors, and I'm not going to be able to tell you. Maybe Petal Pink, Blushing Bride, something like that. And then we've got our Whisper White pack, or our Whisper White here. And I actually took a good amount of it. So we're going to wrap it around this piece a couple times. And I wanted it at an angle. I didn't do that by accident. I did that on purpose. So we want a couple times around. And I want some more slack here so I can tie it. Okay. So twice around. And then we're just going to take and snip that off. We're going to do a cute little bow. I can feel that it's not going to be very tight. Okay. So move that how you want it. Gotta twist it up there a little bit. Okay. Looking good, looking good. I kind of like that off to the side a little bit like that. Okay. So we've got our bow on there. Then, love these little guys. Again, these are our enamel dots. They come with all 5 of the in colors. Again, Bumblebee, Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider. See, I can't think. Magenta Madness. Magenta Madness is my favorite. What I like to do is I like to take our Take Your Pick tool, and this has some gooey stuff at the top. Reminds me of gum, or like that sticky tack wall stuff that I used to put stuff in my room when I was a teenager up on the wall with, that would leave those great marks. My dad would love those. Oops. So we're going to pick that up, and then we're going to put these on here. And I thought that was cute. I thought it looked like a little mole or beauty mark above the lip. So I liked that one there. And then let's put a couple more on. I like to put 3 on. And go there. Okay, so here's the thing. If it starts becoming unsticky, you peel that off and then you twist this up just a little bit, and mine's almost gone. And then some more of your stickiness comes out, and then you want to turn it back down so it's not tight anymore, because if it's still tight, that stuff's going to keep squeezing out. You'll have a whole bunch. So you just want a little bit out like that. And then we should just be able to pick it up. So let's put one over here. Okay, so we've got 3 on there. And make sure you put your lid back on because that stuff does dry out. That's why there's a lid. All right, looking pretty good. I kind of like the white writing on the paper. So let's bring our card base back in, the one we've got Happy Galentine's Day on there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this down. And I am going to use our multi-purpose liquid glue just because I like to be able to move this around a little bit on my card base. And like you already saw, I have a tendency to get things crooked. So this way I can put it on there and I have a little bit of wiggle room. It doesn't stick down instantly like that other stuff. Okay. Voila, except for we forgot the shinies, the fun shiny part. Okay, so Wink of Stella. This is clear Wink of Stella. This is one of my favorite products that we have. It is clear glitter. So you give it a little bit of a squeeze. And it does, don't squeeze it hard because it'll get running out of there pretty good. But you want to give it a little squeeze. Oh, there's a big drop. Okay, now we're just gonna paint over this pink. And I don't know if you guys can see that. If you can see the difference in that. We're just gonna paint these lips up, put some glitter on these lips. And then we should be done. We'll have to let this dry, of course, before we do anything with it. Super cute, glittery lips. Okay, again, you wouldn't have to put Happy Galentine's Day in here. This could be another cute thank you card. Okay, I think thank yous are very common to send out. So, all right, there's our 2 samples. Done. Okay, let's get our next card out. And this is going to be our thank you card. Again, we're using the same colors. We're using our basic black, Magenta Madness, and Whisper White, or basic white. Now that'll take me a while to get used to saying. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. So I've got another die that I want to show you that I use. This is for the thank you. And this one came from, pull it out here, the Tasteful Labels dies. And this is another great set to have. I use this one quite a bit. It has so many different labels. Okay. And I forget. In Good Taste Sweet is the name of the sweet. Yes, I have to write all that stuff down. Otherwise, I forget. Okay, so In Good Taste label. And I did cut it out because I didn't want to take time to run it through my Stampin' Cut emboss machine. Let's get our thank you out here. And again, this is from the Peaceful Moment stamp set. This is something that I've heard from Dina Rico called an innie and outie. So it has something that can go outside of your card and inside your card. So we're going to use the thank you and life is better with a friend like you. I thought that was very cute. Let's put this one on here. Oops. And I'm going to grab another block here and we're going to put the thank you on this one. And my goodness, my blocks need to be cleaned off. Okay. Again, we're using our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And we're going to stamp this over on the right side because I want to be able to put those lips on. Ooh, I need to re-ink my Memento ink. It's getting a little light on me. Okay, so we have a black card base that I'm going to cut for us here. Bring that in. And this just opens like a typical card, I would say. So this way or this way. So no fanciness here whatsoever. So we are going to cut this at 5.5. And we're going to score it at 4.25. use our bone folder to make it nice and crisp again. Let's bring in, I've lost my other piece of Magenta Madness, so let me cut another one here, and this is going to be cut at 5 1/4 by 4. It'll just give us that nice border to 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. You could save these scraps and not that skinny of a scrap saver. So that's going to go here. Okay. And then we have this black piece that we cut that frame lid out of. That would be cute just to stamp something in there. Some lips or Happy Valentine's Day or something. Could do that. But now we're going to take again, and we're going to take one of our pieces of Magenta Madness from here. There we go. And let's use, for this one, let's use the wood grain. Okay, let's see what that looks like. And this one, I can't remember what we did here. We did 4 1/4 by 3. So 4 1/4 by 3, and I think I want the wood grain going like this. So we're going to do the 4 1/4 this way. And we're going to turn it and do it at 3. Cut that there. And that, see how that just covers that up, and you would never know that there is a piece missing below, right? Okay, so this is another card that goes together very easily. So let's start layering this up. And because this has a middle cut out, I think struggle's real, right? I'm gonna put adhesive all the way around it. Had to think which side we were using there. So let's put this on next. Okay. And since we're not tying anything around this layer, we can go ahead and put this layer on as well. I just love that Magenta Madness with sorry about that, children going up the steps. I just love the Magenta Madness with the basic black. I think it really pops, and then when you add the white in there, it really is just stunning. And I forgot we needed another lip. I should have stamped that earlier. Darn it. You know what? We're going to use one of those that's already done. It's a little darker than I wanted, but why waste it, right? So let's take our punch and open that back up. This looks like a better, I like this one. Okay, so let's punch that out. And then we're going to take a little bit of this ribbon, and this is the 2020 through 2022 in color and in Magenta Madness. And we want, let's see here, little shy of 5, so like 3 3/4. And I'm going to cut it just a little longer than I want because I want to be able to trim it down. I like that the ends at an angle a little bit here. Okay, so we've got that. Now, like I said before in my sample, I put this on with our multi-purpose liquid glue, and where I had a lot of glue, it didn't dry all the way through, and so I didn't want that to happen. So we're going to use glue dots this time, if I can find where I put them. And you just take your glue dot and you stick your ribbon to your glue dot, and I'm going to put a couple on. I'm going to put one on each end and one in the middle. So it just lifts that glue dot right off there. And okay, got a ribbon down, and we're going to pop this up on dimensionals too. Sorry, I got things everywhere. Again, go big or go home on the dimensionals, right? So we're going to put that right over our ribbon. That'll kind of help to hold it in place as well. And then we just take our lips that we stamped, and I didn't want this, again, popped up. I didn't want too many layers. I love layers, but it's hard to nail those. So what I did is I just put a little dot of glue here. We don't want a lot, and I didn't want to put it on the back of my lips because they are hanging off of that sentiment. So I'm going to put that glue there. Again, we can kind of wiggle it around a little bit to get them where we want them. Oh, I really like the wood grain behind there, actually. It's fun. And then let's take some more of those enamel dots. Okay, you could also use rhinestones if you wanted on this. That would be cute. So let's put one there. One up there. And roughly there. All right. So we're almost done with this card. And I've lost some pieces. So, oh, here it is. Found it. So now we've got our Whisper White for the inside. So we've got our greeting and a little XOXO. It's going to jump out at me. Oh, see, right here. And we want that in our memento. We're going to stamp that right in the middle, and then we're going to take that really cute XOXO and put that over top too. Again, I stamp this while this piece of Whisper White is not in my card already, just in case I mess up on it. I know you don't believe that I would do such a thing, but happens. We've got our XO, and we're going to use Magenta Madness for that. And I feel like I really have a ton of ink on there, so I'm going to do that again. So I've got it on the edge, and that would really be sad. My Magenta Madness ink pad has a lot of ink in it. It will last a while, so you just have to have a really, really light touch on there. Okay, and I'm going to put this off to the side a little bit, and it's okay if that XOXO goes over the top of your writing a little bit, you know, if you got it too close or whatever, especially if you did it second generation stamping. So if you stamped it off once and then did it really light on there, you could fill in some of that whiteness if you wanted to. Okay, let's put this in our card. And we will be all set. So again, if you have any questions about anything, you can contact me through my blog at brookscraftcottage.blogspot.com, or you can email me at brookcraftcottage with no S, brookcraftcottage@gmail.com, and I can hook you up with one of the new catalogs or Sale-a-Bration brochures. I will also have a link to that on my website soon, hopefully by tomorrow when I post some more stuff. I hope you enjoyed what we did today. If you could like and subscribe to my channel. I don't have very many viewers out there, so I'd love for more people to be able to see my videos. All right, thanks so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.